Good morning, Year 6. It is time for your Mixed Maths starter today. You've got 4 questions here. You've got a perimeter question here, what we're doing this week. Then we've got a division question down here, a multiplication and a percentage question, similar to what we were doing last week. So you might want to pause the video there whilst you work out these 4 questions, and then I will tell you how they should have been solved. Alright, so if we look at number 1, the perimeter, you can see we've got some missing edges here. We haven't got this top edge, and we don't have this edge either here. So we need to work out what they are before we can work out what the perimeter of the shape is. Remember, the perimeter is the distance all the way around the edge. And if we've got missing lengths, missing edges, we can't work out the perimeter. So if this full one across the bottom is 20, from here, and I'll just create a dotted line, here to here, these 2 marks here, that also has to be 20, doesn't it? Now if this line here is 10, if this edge is 10, that dotted line will be 10 as well. If the whole is 20, 20 subtract 10, this edge here has to be 10 metres as well. So we've got that edge, we just need to calculate what this edge is now as well. So if this long one going up now, this vertical one is 15, and this one here is 8. If I was to just continue this again, remember these dotted lines can be really, really useful. This complete one from here, the top to the bottom, is 15. If this one here is 8, we simply need to do 15 subtract 8. So this dotted line will be 7. So if the dotted line is 7, this line here also has to be 7 metres. And you can see here that we have, at this point, got all the edges to the shape, and then we can calculate the perimeter by adding them all up. So remember, you make a mark in the top left corner and then go round in a clockwise direction, adding them up. So 10 add 7 is 17, add another 10 is 27, add another 8 is 35, then we add 20 onto that to get to 45, 55, and then finally we add this 15 on top of that to get to 70. So the perimeter, P, is 70 metres. Looking at number 2 now, the division question. How many times does 5 go into 7? It goes in once with 2 left. How many times does 5 go into 28? It goes in 5 times with 3 left. How many times does 5 go into 33? It goes in 6 times with 3 left. And how many times does 5 go into 35? It goes in 7 times. So moving on to number 3 now, I've got a multiplication by 4 digits by 2 digits. So starting off with multiplying the ones that are in the ones column first of all. So we do 3 times 7, which is 21, so the 1 goes here, the 2 goes above the next column. 3 times 1 is 3, add the 2 is 5, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. So that first line there we've multiplied by 3 there, haven't we? And this line now we're going to multiply by 50, because 50 add 3 is 53. We've just partitioned that number. So because we're multiplying here by 50, we're adding that 0 in there, because otherwise every time we have to go 50 times by 7, 50 times by 1, 50 times by 2, which is a harder calculation to do. Whereas if we just make it 10 times bigger, then we can just say 5 times 7, 5 times 1, etc. So I'll rub out that 2 because we've used that now. So it's just the same as before. So 5 times 7 is 35, so the 5 goes here and the 3 goes over on the next column. And then we move on, don't we? We go 5 times 1 is 5, add the 3 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 0 goes there, the 1 over the next column. 5 times 3 is 15, add the 1 is 16. And now we add them up. So if we add 50 and 3 together, it gets to 53. So if we add what this is times by 3 by what it was times by 50, we will get to our answer. Remember, this second number should always be larger because 50, the second number will always be larger. 50 is clearly larger than 3. So we just simply need to add them up. 1, 5 add 5 is 10, 0 goes there, the 1 goes over above the next column to add up. Then we do 8 add 6 add 1 is 15, 5 there, the 1 there, 9 add 1 is 10, and then 7 and 1. So our answer, 170,501. 1. Remember, if you ever got a question like that, that question would actually be worth 2 marks, because there's so many different calculations you do within that, and so many opportunities to go wrong. But if you got that answer, very, very well done. Right, number 4, finding 11% of 800. So first of all, if we find 10% of 800, everything gets moved over once, doesn't it? So 10% is 80. Then if we find 1%, that will be 8. Then it gets moved over once more. 10 add 1 is 11. So if we add 80 and 8, that gets us to 88. And there's your answer for that one. All right, thanks very much, Year 6, and we will move now on to our lesson for today.